All right, welcome YouTubers, GreatDanePicks.com. I know I haven't really been keeping up with videos for the MLB 2019 season. I gave away this Excel file, and so I want to just check up. We're just after the All-Star break, and it's July 16th, and I've been playing very sporadically, just because I've been winning within a day or two, with the exception of this starting section over here, first week or so, a couple weeks. At targeted intervals. Again, I'm not a big fan of the MLB because it's, I'm a spread better, and the MLB is a money line. In theory, you can play both sides of a same game and make a profit. And sometimes that happens when I clash. So I've been just trying to manage that. Again, I'm basing this chart on a $20,000 bankroll and $1,000 bets, and that you can scale up or down to whatever your bankroll is. Of course, this is a free file, so these are free picks, so you get what you get, free picks. My NBA didn't do quite great. It did okay. I think I ended up with 15%, but it was a hell of a ride. You can go back and watch that video. Basically, it lasted almost the entire season, right up to where I switched over here. So I switched over on April 7th, and each one of these vertical lines is a week, so the MLB season goes forever, and each one of these horizontal lines is $2,000 of net profit or loss. And of course, I kind of still maintain little intervals here where if I make this mark in that given 3-week period, I'll stop and freeze, and that's where you get these horizontal blue lines, solid blue lines. And then I'll try to, when it bumps, I'll try to bump it up to a 10% every session. And this was the session that had the little extended because there's an extra week for All-Star. And this would go on through roughly August, mid-August, and hopefully I'd hit 70% sometime along the way and get the hell out. Or you can lose money or whatever, right? It is what it is. But that's kind of how I generally work, as opposed to just betting forever every game, which is sort of the result of this light blue line. Every single pick that comes up on my little file. So anyways, let me just summarize this solid yellow-orange line here. It's more orange. It's my starting bankroll at 20,000, and each day I go out, and either if I have picks for that day, I'll make some picks, and if I get a net profit, if I win the game, I'll win $909, and if I lose, I will. Well, actually, it doesn't work that way. I'm sorry. I'll take this back. It's not spread betting. If I win the game, the team wins outright, then I'll get whatever the payout is. And in this particular day, it must have been $925 and 9.25 cents or something. So whatever that works out to in terms of odds. And again, I'm using covers.com data, so you don't have to. If you want to correlate this, you can correlate it to the covers.com data, which does have payouts for money lines. And so your payouts can differ in the real world, but not too much. I mean, it is what it is. So I rode this down, 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 and got down to the mid-12s. That's one of the things I don't like about baseball. It's a lot of games per day, and you end up putting a lot of money out. That's why I'm only betting 1,000 per game, or 5% of my bankroll. And I just don't like money line. But it went back up and it went back down, so these swings are all over the place. Well, then it went on a huge rise here. And on this day here, it didn't quite make the 22,000. It was 21,164, and then the next day, boom, big win, and I'm at 25,874. Of course, 26 is 30%, so just under 30%. I was looking for 10% on that session, so I froze out. Matter of fact, I froze out through the first 2 sessions because I was looking for 20% total in the next session. And you can see where the line went. It was a fortunate time at the time to get out because it went way down. It went down below my starting bankroll. Then it spiked again, and I hit almost 30,000. So that's another chance for you to get out if you were playing day-to-day every single pick. You could have got out there, and that's 50% profit on a $20,000 bankroll. You're making $10,000 profit. Then it took a nosedive all the way down to here. I guess I should be using my baseball to show where it is. And then it came back, but I wasn't playing any of these games. It came back, got to go up. So it was a pretty long run up there. I mean, if you joined at any point of that run up, but this is like stocks, up and down, and then it went down. I should mention, I guess I did pick up. I was getting, I was pretty close to that 30%. So when it hit around here, usually I start on a Sunday, and this day is, what day is this? 5/26. I won a lot of money that day versus 5/25, and so one day I bet, and I went up to here, which is, stick with me, almost, it's 30,399, and so that's a little over 50%. So I froze out for a long time. I froze out for this ride. I got a little impatient just after the break here. I said I was going to play, even though it's marginally above that 50% goal that I could have sit out this whole week and started August 4th. But as fate would have it, I was on another positive run in this area down here. And actually, I missed out on the one day earlier, which would have been nice. But I started on Sunday, and it's now Tuesday. And 2 days of winning. I won there, and I said, all right, it wasn't quite, where was I exactly? 31, just below the 32. So I said, well, I'm going to go. I'll try to go. Well, it jumped up the next day, and now I'm above 34,000. So officially, like, come on, guys. Get off that line. 34,416 dot 49 cents roughly. So 34,416, that's a 72.0% ROI. I'm kind of done for this year. Which is just going to extend out through these periods. But you can keep looking at this. You can try to play or judge if it's going up or down. I don't know if there's any curves to this. It's not really like the stock market where people are input and output. Like, teams get better, and teams go on runs, and these are the type of teams we pick as we go. So net for the year, if we played every single pick, then including head-to-heads, we'd be at 22, almost 23,000. So there is some positive. I'm better than I'm not going to say better than an average picker. An average picker is going to lose money all the way through this process. So I'm better than even a zero-sum picker, but is what it is. I'm out for this year, 72% ROI, plus 14. I didn't put a lot of money out here. I only put 20 grand out. Waiting for the NFL. The NFL, I usually pick up anywhere between the third and the fifth week of the NFL. Don't know much about the teams earlier, in my works on results, right? Power strengths and results and stuff like that, versus what the line. So everybody's got to settle in. So sometimes I miss some opportunities early in the season, but I don't really care. Again, free NFL picks will be available on my YouTube channel. I don't give them daily picks for MLB. That's just too much work on a YouTube channel. So anyways, I hope you had my file. And I hope that in somehow, some manner, that either you followed all the way along, you're a little bit ahead now, maybe you should quit. If not, so again, I'm plus 72% ROI. Just for fun, I always look at Apple, and Apple went on a tear during my NBA season. It went from 150 to 200, so roughly I'll have to pick the Monday after, where it closed at 200. So that was a 33% gain, which actually outperformed my MLB picks. But you can see it's gone from 200 up to really a high of 204. I'm sorry, 211. At almost 212. And currently I'm at 205 or 204.5 as things are ticketing around here. So not much gain. $5 on a $200 share. Very low, 2.5% gain. But this is still sort of an upward trend. So we'll see how that finishes out, maybe in the end of the MLB arena in the mid-September time frame. So when I come up with my NFL picks or my NFL intro, maybe I can recap that. But anyways, I'm doing plus 72, and you'd be doing plus 2 or 3% with Apple. So yeah, big difference. This is why I play sports with a certain portion of my bankroll. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this update, and tune in for the NFL. All right, see you guys.